It is Friday in Miami. It is day 2 of the U.S. Border Patrol's continuing coverage of Gymreapers Wodapalooza, and we're kicking things off with a day at the beach for the elite individuals. Thanks so much for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram, and Bella Martin is the third member of our broadcast crew. This is the second and final day of competition for the elite individuals. 3 events today. They had 2 yesterday, but they're tired coming into this final day.
I think James Sprag described it perfectly. It was Squatapalooza yesterday. We had 26.3 with a lot of thrusters. We had a lot of heavy wall ball shots. Today's going to be a little bit different with 3 events on the board. Anything can happen.
Let's set the table. We'll start on the women's side. Here are the standings after 2 events. And Lucy Campbell, our defending champion, currently leads the way with 162 points. Andra Moises, a little bit of a surprise there in second place with 150 points. And Ariel Lowen currently sits in third. But let's start with Lucy Campbell, a second and a fourth yesterday.
She's picking up where she left off last year. And one thing to know as an athlete is that it's different to compete with 0 expectations on yourself and 0 expectations from those around you. Now, all eyes are focused on Lucy Campbell, and she handled it beautifully yesterday for day number 1.
One great thing about Gymreapers Wodapalooza is that we get a chance to see some athletes that might be on the rise, and it looks like Andra Moises after day 1. I know it's only 2 events, but she could be that athlete.
We've seen her name in the semifinal realm quite a bit over the last couple of years, but what she did yesterday in 26.3, setting the fastest time of the day, and if you compare that to the announcement herself, by almost 2.5 minutes faster than Games athlete ladies, and then coming out and repeating that performance in event number 2. I'm curious to see what we're going to get from her on the second day of competition.
Andra Moises had a first place finish and a 7th place finish on day 1. And for more on the woman from Estonia, let's bring in the third member of our team, Bella Martin.
Yeah, guys, it's all about averages when it comes to a competition. Andra Moises, she competes out of Estonia. She's been trying to make it to the CrossFit Games since 2019. She's made it to semifinals, never quite cracked into where she needs to be. But we saw yesterday her upper pressing is awesome. In stature, she's one of the lighter and smallest of the athletes in the field. So you can expect, even if you put a vest on her, which we're going to see in a couple minutes, she's still going to have some excel and be a little bit faster in that upper pulling as well. And then when it comes to a beach run, those lighter athletes, they're going to be lighter on their feet, and even a little bit of rain, I don't think it's going to stop her. I think today is going to be an awesome day for Andra.
Thank you, Bella. And now in third place, a woman we're all familiar with, and that's Ariel Lowen. And her day started earlier than anybody's yesterday.
She was a part of the open announcement before the entire field had to go. And if you think about that in terms of competitive edge, it's not a competitive edge to do 26.3 before all your competitors. But what did she do when she came back with the rest of the field? She goes out and takes a win in an event she thought she would never actually excel at. So that is a good day 1 for Ariel Lowen. And now that she's in line with everybody else, I'm excited to see what she has in store for us today.
Let's shift our attention to the men's side of things, where another former champion is having a very successful start to his competition, and that is James Sprag. Perfect on day 1. 2 event wins. Austin Hatfield is 30 points back of him, and then it's a tight battle for that final spot on the podium between Nick Matthew and Ty Jenkins. But if you're someone who still has doubts about James Sprag, I do not know what to say to you at this point.
I'll say to you, just quit following the sport in general and go do something else, because James Sprag not only got first place finishes, but it's how he got his first place finishes, and he absolutely dominated the field, where all we were focused on was James's performance.
Let's bring Bella back in for more on the man who is looking to go back to back here at Gymreapers Wodapalooza. Bella?
No wonder James Sprag is undoubtedly the fittest man on earth in 2024. This workout, I believe, is going to go better for him than Andra Moises and what we just talked about. He is on the taller side, which means getting over this implement here is going to be easier for him. He's also been working a lot on his running engine, and this 1,200-meter run, he's going to have a little bit of a longer stride than the other athletes in the field. So I'm eager to see how James takes it on. It's going to look a little different, but I think with everything that he's been working on and how he's been performing in the last 2 events, James might be 3 for 3.
And James Sprag is going to be a tough man to catch right now. Austin Hatfield has his work cut out for him. But yesterday, I guess you could say a quiet, really solid day. 2 finishes inside the top 3.
If you were to ask me how I thought about Austin's performance yesterday, I couldn't tell you because of what James put down. But Austin Hatfield got a 2nd and a 3rd in competition yesterday, as he's sitting solidly in 2nd place overall.
But meanwhile, behind Austin Hatfield, there's a really good battle going on for the third and final spot on the podium between Nick Matthew and Ty Jenkins. The two of them right now separated by only 2 points.
It's a close race, and it's two different athletes on the board competing against each other. Ty, the young man in the field, making his debut at the CrossFit Games last year as an elite individual. And Nick Matthew, older guy, he's pretty good, he's pretty fit, he's pretty darn strong. And it's curious to see how the programming is going to shake up to see which of these two athletes may separate themselves, not just from each other, but from the podium position for the rest of the field.
We have 3 events today before we crown our 2026 Gymreapers Wodapalooza champion. And let's take a look at event number 3. It's going to be on the beach. It's going to feature some gymnastics. It's going to feature a sandbag. It is complex, actually, presented by 511. And then there's a long run, and we're going to put 1,200 meters in quotes because they keep adjusting the course.
When you look at what we have the barbell complex, where they're on the pull-up bar. This is actually that's not what they have in store for them. They have a pull-up bar complex, which is 5-3-1, toes to bar, chest to bar, bar muscle up. So the first time we've seen a complex like this in competition for reps. One of those would be reps. Same deal with the sandbag. You've got to clean in some squats. You just got to manage your work, manage your pace, and really manage your technique and efficiency to fare well in this particular event.
Yeah, there's that long run in the middle, and then they come back and they do that whole complex in reverse order. How do you think this could shake things up today?
Well, I mean, anytime you put a run in the middle of an event and a complex that some athletes may not be used to, this is one where if you knew it before, you should have practiced it, figure out what your timing is, because when you think about pull-up bar complexes, we're used to barbell complexes. This is something that may be different than everyday training. So as long as you're efficient, you're moving well, you've paced this out before, you can succeed here. If this is your first time really doing this, man, you should have been practicing a little bit more before you showed up today in Miami.
And we're going to have a lot of fun watching it. Event number 3 of 5 for the elite individuals is coming up next. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, the U.S. Border Patrol's coverage of the 2026 Gymreapers Wodapalooza continues. Stay with us, everybody.
After all these years, we're still at it.
Incredible.
The cold, the wet, numbness and a hunger. The road is still the road, leading to the next coast. The next cast.
That is freaking cool!
A string of plans and expectations, folding into the messiness of a life well lived.
People always say, when the dust settles, that's when I'll make my move. Not you, though. The dust, that's where you live. You love the excitement, the energy, the grit. Because you know, without a shadow of a doubt, the dust may settle, but you never will. And neither do we. Join now.
It wouldn't be Gymreapers Wodapalooza without a little bit of rain.
Oh man, hey look, weather is a part of this and everybody rolls with it. We are in Miami Beach and yeah, a little bit of rain, that just means the competition really finally got started.
It is day 2 of the U.S. Border Patrol's continuing coverage of Gymreapers Wodapalooza, live from South Florida on beautiful Miami Beach. And we are set for event 3 of 5 for the elite individuals. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram, and Bella Martin has us covered on the competition floor. We are going to start with the women's side of things, and here are the overall standings coming into this third event. Lucy Campbell, who is the defending champion, currently sits atop the standings. She has a 12-point lead over Andra Moistis, who had a great day 1, had an event win in the opening event. Ariel Lowen currently sits in third place, 8 points up on Abby Domit, and it's Ellie Turner who rounds out the top 5. Now, this event has changed from the way it was originally written due to the inclement weather that we have been facing today.
Yeah, well, the good news is that everybody's doing the same thing at the same time. So instead of the bar complexes, which would normally be done on the rig, they're just going to do 26 chin-over bar pull-ups. So get the chin-over bar in the traditional sense of which the pull-up was designed for this. Now after that, you got the sandbag complex. 1 clean, 2 squats, sandbags over the bar with a burpee, and then that beach run, and then you work your way back, all with a vest, just to, you know, make it a little less complicated.
And event 3 complex actually is presented by 5'11", and we'll put that 1,200 meters in quotes because they've adjusted the course a little bit. So it's really just a suggestion.
Listen, it's CrossFit distances, and there's always an ish at the end. But our keys to this event presented by Border Patrol: efficiency over intensity. Nothing about this needs to be fast. Now that it's regular chin over bar pull-ups, just hold on, but be good with the bag in terms of technique and efficiency, especially over that log with the bag. And then break the band on the run. It's an out and back run, Sean, but what you want to do is get yourself ahead of the pack and really separate yourself from them on the run. You don't want people so close that you feel like they can chase you down. So if you've got an opportunity to break away on the run.
Second year we've had Gymreapers Wodapalooza here at this setting, right on the beach here in South Florida. Here are your lane assignments. All 20 athletes are going to be going through this at the same time. Lucy Campbell, who is our overall leader after 2 events, will be in lane number 10, but there are a couple athletes who are going to be keeping a close eye on who can do some damage here in this event and start moving themselves up the overall standing, as that's Lydia Fish and Emily Rolfe.
Well, there's one thing about this, Sean, is that being a mass start is a massive advantage on the way you strategize this particular event.
Well, weather has forced us to delay again. The athletes are coming out. We should get going in about 5 minutes. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, event number 3, Complex Actually, presented by 5'11 Tactical, will take place for the women. So stay with us, everybody. We are back in South Beach as event number 3, presented by 511 Tactical Complex. Is actually going to start.
Finally, yes, it's going to start, but it's going to be an interesting one, especially with the mass start with all the athletes in it.
All 20 women will be on the competition field for this third of 5 events, 3 total events that they will face here today. Emily Rolfe will be in lane number 5. When there's a long run, she can do some damage. Also keeping an eye on Lydia Fish, the two of them on the right side of the top 10 right now.
They are, but they're in 9th and 10th, but the untalked about factor in play outside the programming, outside the athletes, is actually the scoring system. And it is a very, very, I would say, heavy-handed bonus to finish in the top 3 because there's 10-point drops from 1st, 2nd to 3rd. So why Lydia Fish, why Emily Rolfe? Well, as you said, Sean, there's a long run in here. That plays in the Rolfe's favor. There's a lot of gymnastics in here and running that plays in Lydia Fish's favor. So if they can get themselves in a top 3 spot in this event, they can vault themselves back up closer near the top 5.
Athletes, 10 seconds.
And once again, this event has been modified.
Stand by.
The rig complex was going to be 6 complexes of 5 toes to bar, 3 chest to bar, 1 bar muscle up. But now it is strict chin over bar pull-ups with that weighted vest instead.
14-pound vest that the women are going to be wearing. So after these 26 reps, they then move on to the sandbag. That weighs 90 pounds, and that complex has not changed.
Lydia Fish on the right side of your screen, one of the smaller athletes in the field, very gymnastic dominant when it comes to this. I'm curious though, and you can see her switch up her grip right away as she tried to do that reverse grip. And as long as it's a lockout, it's a strict pull over the bar, it's good to go. The switch grip too. I really like what Lydia Fish is doing, is that she's doing a different grip every time she jumps up to the bar, and she's opting for singles.
Lydia Fish making her 2nd straight appearance here at Gymreapers Wodapalooza with Ellie Turner, who just finished up her pull-ups and moving on to the bag. There is our overall leader, Lucy Campbell.
Now, here's the thing, Sean, is that a lot of these elite athletes are so hyper-focused on getting volume of gymnastics in. And in order to get a lot of volume in, obviously you utilize the kip. It's more efficient. It's something we've learned throughout the level 1 and why we're trying to do more work in less time. But at the same time, is like, listen, if you guys aren't working your strict gymnastic strength, it is much of a strength development tool as a barbell in your hand. So some athletes may be getting exposed out here for their lack of strict gymnastics training.
The entire field looks to be on their sandbag complexes here. 90 pounds on the bag.
It'll be 1 clean, 2 squats for every rep to be counted.
You have to do 6 total on that. That is Abby Domit. She is your leader right now in the heat. Now she'll lug that bag to the far end of the field, and she'll have to perform those 12 sandbag burpees over the log. So she'll burpee, throw the bag over the log, and then follow it over, and that'll be 1 rep.
Now, where you throw that bag over is important in terms of where you place your body in the sand. You don't want to drop it right in the middle and then have to burpee around your bag. Is make sure you keep it to the side. It allows you some room to get over the log and burpee.
So we got to get through 15 sandbag burpees over the log, another 6 sandbag complexes.
One of the taller athletes there in the light shirt just wiped her hands on her shorts. Getting over that log is not going to be a problem for her.
You know, Sean, if you wanted, it's like, hey, how do you make a sandbag burpee over the log less enjoyable? It's like, I don't know. Add some rain and some sand, and that should tear me up pretty good. That sandbag starts to turn into sandpaper.
90 pounds on the bag, and that thing sinks into the ground. So it's not like you're picking it up off the level footing here.
We talked in our keys as being efficient over intense. And what that really means is that you shouldn't be getting out of control. You're not going to rush the rig, obviously with strength now being the pull-up version instead of the complex. But the same with the bag is that you want to move well to move fast, not just move fast and move sloppy, because the way this gets set up, and you can see Dummett, we talked about that bag placement and almost having to squeeze her way between her and the log.
Judge's hand in the air for Moises, right of center. She's on to her final 5 reps here. And then they'll take off on the run that was originally listed as 1,200 meters, but again, that course has been adjusted, so put an ish by that.
Yeah, they're gonna run. We do know that.
They're gonna run a long distance. There's Ariel Lowen in the
now, one slight benefit with the rain coming in this morning is actually going to be on that run, because traditionally if it's loose sand, especially at the head of the beach that we have behind us, is that packed sand is going to be much more enjoyable for these athletes to navigate that run.
There's the final rep now for Andra Moistis. She has to take the sandbag back to the floor, drop it off. Now she's on to her
6 more complexes. So clean double squat.
Astrid Tind is there as well, and I think that's Jess Green on the far side. I think that's Moises, now Lucy Campbell's getting there as well. Campbell's the one leaning over, picking up her bag on the far side of the floor.
Now Lucy made up a lot of ground. She was nearly last off the pull-up rig to start off those strict pull-ups. So Lucy, knowing that that is going to be a problem for her at the end, especially when she's more fatigued, really needs to get herself into a top position going into the end, knowing that's not going to be a strong suit for her.
Moises is done and off on the run.
One of the keys we said was break the band on the run, and that's the breaking of the band is a term a lot of distance athletes use, whether it's running, cycling, and what that is that if you can see someone that you're chasing down, there's that tethered feeling between you and the other athlete you're trying to run down. We've always said it's easier to run someone down than to run away from someone. You know, Astrid Tind, who's second in this behind Moistress, if she can get into a position where she can at least see Andra, there's a motivating factor. It's like, if I can see you, maybe I can catch you. If you're leading in this, the breaking of the band means I want to get so far away, I break that tethered feeling, that desire to want to chase me down, that I'm so far ahead, you're just going to give up and hold the place that you're in.
And Lucy Campbell took off on her run as well. It looked like a judge was trying to chase her down to, I don't know, get her going on the right track or not, but Andra Moistis is all alone in first place right now on this 1,200 meter-ish run. There's Astrid Tind. Ariel Lowen taking off on her run now. 3rd place overall coming into this event.
And once they finish this run, they're just going to work their way back to the rig in the reverse order that they came in. So they'll do the 6 sandbag complexes, burpees over the log with the sandbag, 6 more complexes, and those final pull-ups at the end. What'll be interesting to see, Sean, is the final pull-ups at the end being strict now and weighted is, if it's a close race, how do you manage your rep scheme and your fatigue to not blow up with a few reps left to go?
Ellie Turner taking off on her run.
So just a few more athletes remain, trying to get them out onto that beach run. Beautiful overhead shot of your runners out on the beach run. Our safety vehicle out in front of them.
Moises passing right behind us.
What looks like she's doing is that you can see the sand tire tracks in the sand, and that is a great move by Moistis. Is that it's more packed, it's in there, so that's a savvy move.
Saw Danny Spiegel taking off on her run. 25-minute time cap in this event. Moistis should be making a right turn at some point here. Make it a left turn. That's how things change here.
You saw, watch her footing difference in the sand now that she's not in the tire tracks laid out earlier. So no surprise to see she makes her way back to that. And at this point, look, the most packed sand is going to be right behind where that ATV is driving it. So keep your feet in the tracks and you'll have a better footing for the run.
Well, one of the athletes that we wanted to watch during this event is not out there. That is Emily Rolfe, and another one, Elisa Fuliano, not on the field as well. Bella, what's going on with that?
Sean, it's kind of a bummer. It happens every year with Wodapalooza. The elite athletes want to do individual, they want to do team, but a lot of the athletes just can't do both and do both well. I've been told that Emily wants to focus on doing well with team, so she's going to be out for the competition for the rest of the day. We didn't see her in lane 5. Of course, we had to figure out what was going on. Hopefully it wasn't a recurring injury. I just checked in with Elisa Fuliano as well. There was a false report yesterday after 26-3 saying that she was already withdrawing. Wasn't the case. She did event number 2. She came out on the floor for event number 3, did the strict pull-ups, and then now she's decided she's out. She can't continue this competition.
Well, thanks, Bella. Unfortunate that we won't get to see the two of them compete here in the rest of the individual competition. As Andra Moises is running away with this thing. She makes her way back into the arena.
And to finish up with a nice little set of 20 strict pull-ups. Your leader.
Astra Tin being in the lead, or in second. I just saw them run back. Lucy Campbell has moved up right behind her with another. So there's about 3 athletes chasing Moistress, who's in the center part of your screen for that second place position.
She's getting close to making a left turn back into the arena. Why not run this barefoot?
Actually, that's a very good question. And really some of that is like, think of it in terms of, I don't want to get too, like, why do you wear snowshoes when you walk into the snow, right? If you can create a foot bottom platform that's a little bit wider base than your bare foot, you're actually going to get better traction and better, I would say, on top of the sand, secure with shoes on. You feel like how walking in sand feels better in barefoot than it does in shoes, but we're still doing a bunch of squats. We have a long run, and you're just gonna stay better and more a secure footing in the sand with shoes on than you would be barefoot.
Moistus is back, and now she'll go through the movements that she did before the run in reverse order. So she'll start with the Sandbag complex. She's looking for her second event win in 3 events here.
I mean, we've seen this a lot in off-season competitions where athletes have a surprising performance, end up making a name for themselves, and then having a great game season coming in, and maybe this can be Andra Moises' coming out party. We touched on breaking the band on the run as you see your next 3 coming in all looped together. What Andra could do is, hey, if you don't want to have to work too hard the rest of the way through, which is nice having a mass start with every you're competing against, knock these 6 sandbag cleans out so that no one has any desire to try to chase you down, and then just cruise control the rest of the way in.
I believe that's Astrid Tin, Jess Green, and Lucy Campbell on the right side of your screen who are making their way back into the arena as Andra Moises is onto these sandbag cleans, which is or complex, which is a clean and then 2 squats. That equals 1 rep.
Now Moises was just 12 points back of Lucy Campbell. Lucy Campbell sitting in 4th in the event so far, and with 10-point place differences from 1st to 2nd to 3rd, Moises could actually get a significant lead on Lucy Campbell if Lucy cannot stay ahead of Tin and Green because of those final strict pull-ups.
Moistus continues to lead. She's on to her 12 sandbag burpees, 90 pounds on the bag. She's got to, again, burpee and then throw that thing over for 1 rep. Tin, Green, and Campbell are all trailing her as another group of athletes is getting set to come in here. It looks like Emma Tall, it looks like there was a coach out there running with his athlete.
I think that was Adam Knifer.
Yeah, that would not shock me.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, it looked like Adam's out there running with Ellie
Backwards
Turner.
hat, yeah.
One of those ladies, Lucy Campbell.
Look, Ellie Turner's sitting 5th overall after the first day.
Black shorts in the middle of the floor right
Hoist
there.
this up and over for another rep.
And she will be advancing her sandbag to the log, Mike.
25-minute time cap here, so we are well past the halfway point.
Well,
Tind has moved up to the burpees. Lucy Campbell also has moved ahead, and Lucy needs to put some distance between her, Tind, and Green. I don't think she has enough time to catch Andra Moistis, but Lucy needs a second place position. If she can get second here to Andra, she can still maintain her overall lead by 2 points.
And there is Lucy Campbell, who came in as the overall leader after the first 2 events.
On the 15, make that 4 more reps to go.
Took second in 26.3 and then followed that up with a 4th place finish in no easy way down.
Lucy Campbell in the field trying to gain ground on her.
Moistis should be moving first to the other end of the floor.
Yeah, she got a hand in the air. Looks like she has 1 or 2 reps left to go.
Still more women are out on the competition course on the run, but the majority of the field is now back into the arena.
And Lucy has made up a lot of ground on these sandbag burpees. She's got 1 rep left to go. Oh wait, that's a judge's hand behind him. Damn optical illusion. I was like, how did she do that?
Well, Moistis is now done with her set of 12. And now back to the sandbag cleans.
And she doesn't need to go any faster than this. She's well ahead of any athlete vying for that second place position.
6 complexes that she needs to complete, which is again 1 clean, 2 squats. And Moistis started this competition off with a victory and looking to get her 2nd win at Gymreapers Wodapalooza. And as you mentioned, Chase, maybe put herself on top of the overall standings.
Yeah, Lucy needs to be aware of those athletes that she is trying to stay ahead. Moistis is all but secured an event win. I mean, she still has to finish the cleans and do the pull-ups at the end, but she was the first one on the rig, first one off everything. So dominating performance end-to-end so far.
But Lucy Campbell only had 2 of those sandbag burpees left. So if she only cedes 1 spot in this event to Moistis, Campbell will still have the lead, but not by much, only 2 points.
2 points. First place is 100 points, second place 90, third place 80. This is probably the most significant drops we've seen in the top 3 scoring with a field that didn't have 10 in it.
Well, that's Astrid Tind now, who has moved ahead of Lucy Campbell. Campbell at the top of your screen, Tind in the middle, Moistis on to the pull-up bar, 26 strict pull-ups, 14-pound vest. Mixed grip right off the bat for Moistis. No reason to rush for her right now.
Just keep your eye on your competitors. As long as you just do a pull-up while someone else is not on the rig, you're going to be just fine. Strict pull-ups is not really an area where someone's going to be able to run you down unless they're either a monster with strict pull-ups or you have a massive deficiency in it. So at this point, with that lead Moistis has, is that stay steady, do 1 rep at a time. No one's going to be able to catch you. And between Astrid Tind at the bottom part of that green mat and Lucy Campbell at the top, Lucy Campbell has to push the pace here on the sandbag to get ahead of Astrid, because Astrid was much better on the strict pull-ups than she was to start the event.
Rain starting to come down pretty heavily again here as Moistis works through the set of 26 pull-ups. Campbell in the middle of your screen, who just dropped her bag and now has her hands on it, has 1 complex left. Tind is now done and will head to the pull-up bar.
Tind has kept her grips on this entire time, and you can see Moistis and Lucy Campbell have both taken them off.
Like Lydia Fish at the bottom left with Jess Green on their sandbag complexes. Again, 90 pounds on the bag and that 14-pound vest.
Sean, keep your eye on, look at the hand position that Moises has. She's grabbing her with her fingers. Same thing with Lucy Campbell. Astrid is so tall, she actually can reach up to the rig and get a full palmed grip on the rig. So that actually is a massive advantage. Her range of motion is much more significant, but watch Astrid on the right side of your screen. She can get a full hand over and using grips. So Astrid being able to get a full grip on the bar is a stronger grip on the bar, which is an advantage for her. Lucy Campbell, look at that, fingertip grip, fingertip grip. You don't have a good pull when you have that position.
Moises has 1 rep left, and she has it. And Moises is done, and that is her 2nd win of the competition. And now Lucy Campbell is trying to hang on to the overall lead on the right side of your screen. And as you mentioned, the race is with Astrid Tind.
And she doesn't know where she is. There's no way to tell exactly where your competitors are unless you're hearing the MCs, but it looks like Astrid has a handful of reps left to go.
The judge's hand in the air for Astrid Tind, who's in the tan shirt, black shorts, and the white socks, just completed another pull-up towards the middle of your screen. There is Tind. 2 reps remaining, so Astrid Tind looking like she's going to put Moises in the overall lead. And she is done. Big for Astrid Tind, who came in 13th place overall. Going to add 90 points to her total.
Oh, wow. Looks like Lydia Fish came in and sneaked in ahead of Lucy Campbell.
So Campbell had only a 24-point lead on Ariel Lowen, who's still out there. So Campbell looking to stay inside the top 3, but will probably fall to 2nd place. And Andra Moises, with her 2nd win in 3 events, will now be our overall leader with 2 events to go.
And here's what's wild about the scoring system is that obviously 100 points for 1st place. A 4th place gets you 72. 28 points lost with a 4th place finish. Now, Lydia Fish getting 3rd. She was outside. She was in 9th or 10th coming in and got a massive boost with that 80 points that she just got.
About 4 minutes to go before we hit the 25-minute time cap.
I think like running distances, when it comes to strict pull-ups, we can also add ish to the end of that.
Looks like Emma final rep, and she will finish it out.
Lane 3 is Hannah Black. Next to her in lane 4 is Matilda Garnis. And there is Ariel Lowen, who is now done. She's got to touch the fence apparently, but she was in. And then have to wait to see how this all shakes out. But we do know that Andra Moises is going to be your overall leader.
With 2 events left to go after this. So picked up, 12 points back, put 28 points between her and Lucy. So 14-point lead going into the next event. Now the next event is a heavy lift event.
22 minutes in, 3 minutes remaining.
The rain is still coming down, but not nearly as heavily as it was about 10 minutes ago. Mariana Meza on the left side of your screen. Hannah Black in lane 3 is now in. More athletes starting to finish up. Still a couple out there.
Lane number 7, trying to finish up her last strict pull-up.
Martina Barini is the woman who's still on her sandbag complexes.
2.5 minutes remaining, ladies.
Like Danny Spiegel as well on the other side of the competition floor, lane number 1. Also on her sandbag cleans.
Yeah, not a shock that this kind of longer event with a long run is a damage control event for Danny Spiegel.
Well, and I mean, you think about it too, it's like, yeah, the sandbag, sure, but when we change the complex to something strict and weighted.
Right.
Like, look, everybody's great when you can kip. Everybody's good at the party tricks. You can be efficient there. That was part of the keys that we started with. But now when you talk about strict brute strength and a weight vest, it changes the game.
So there's Jess Green, who's got one pull-up left, and she fell way back. She was towards the front early on in this event.
Not just the front, she was towards the front in the middle of this event. Coming in from the run, she was in 3rd place overall behind Lucy Campbell and Astrid Tint.
Less than 90 seconds to go before we hit the time cap.
Out here in the Reign, finish up these last 20 strict pull-ups. Janie down lane number 7. 2 reps to go now.
There's Janie Chevery in lane 7.
That 24-minute mark.
She has a couple reps remaining.
Fire up for Janie. Spinning number 7 makes an oil for Janie Chevery. She will finish up right around
Chevery is finished up with less than a minute to go.
athletes.
Still have a couple athletes on the floor
45 seconds remaining.
working far right side of your screen, lane 19. That's Barini.
Gymreapers Wodapalooza, a little bit of strict pull-up action.
Approaching the 30-second mark.
Under a little bit of rain skies. Mariana finishes up down in lane number 2.
Barini and Spiegel are the only 2 women who have yet to finish. About 20 seconds to go before the time cap.
Over here, ladies and gentlemen, let them hear ya. Here, I know the conditions.
Final 10 seconds.
We're gonna count it down.
There's Danny Spiegel down in lane 1.
3, 2, 1. Time.
And that will do it. Andra Moistis picks up her 2nd event win of this competition. 2 events remain, and she's going to be your overall leader heading into those final 2 events.
Hey, things just got a lot more interesting on the women's side. Andra Moistis, basically from start to finish, got in the lead, maintained the lead. When she went out on the run, just very smart, consistent, steady, strong run. And then once she got back to the Reign Sandbox, just did everything she needed to do, and that was just to stay ahead of Lucy Campbell and Astrid Tint. And once she made it away across the field, back to the ring, man, what a way to start. 2 wins in 3 events with 2 more to go.
Another 100 points for Andra Moistis, your overall leader after 3 events. So the rain has come out again. We're going to be in a weather delay until further notice, so stay with us. The men coming up next when we get the good to go here at Gymreapers Wodapalooza.
Maybe you were born with this fire, or someone stoked it in you. But at some point you decided, when others walk, you run. When they rest, you keep going. And when they give up, you're just getting started. What makes you compete is why you'll thrive. Apply now.
Most people think strength shows up when everything's going right, but real strength shows up when it's heavy, when it's uncomfortable, when quitting would be easier. That's true in the gym, and it's true in business. Entrepreneurs don't need someone cheering from the sidelines. They need someone showing up when it's hard. It's about competing, not necessarily with the next person, but with yourself, to be the best that you can be. At Locality Bank, our mission is simple: empowering local businesses to maximize their potential.
The second and final day of competition for the elite individuals continues here at Gymreapers Wodapalooza. Our coverage presented by the U.S. Border Patrol, and we are glad you are with us, everybody, as it's kind of a day at the beach here in event number 3. I'm Sean Woodland with Chase Ingram. Bella Martin's going to be out on the competition floor as the men are set for event 3.
I gotta say, they named this competition floor very well. The Reign Sandbox, Sean. Here we are.
Weather has been throwing a bit of a wrench into things today. Here are the overall standings for the men after 2 events. James Sprag has been perfect so far. 2 events, 2 wins. Austin Hatfield is 30 points back of him. And then a tight battle for that final spot on the podium between Nick Matthew and Ty Jenkins. And this is an event, though, that can jumble up the leaderboard a little bit. You're going to see the event description, but things have changed here because of the weather.
Yes, we had a bar complex, and that's for the rig, not the barbell, where there was the toes to bar, chest to bar, and bar muscle up. But instead, we have switched to 26 strict pull-ups at the beginning and the end. Everything else is going to stay the same. We're doing all of this with a 5'11" tactical vest, and we saw it earlier when the women win, is that if you can navigate that first round of pull-ups and just pull ahead of the rest of the field, once you get out of that run, is a great opportunity to separate yourself from everybody else.
The complex, actually, event 3 is presented by 5'11". What are the keys here? Now that this has changed a little bit.
It stays a little bit the same. I was going to say it's efficiency over intensity when you had the technique on the bar. That being said, is being efficient with your pull-up and not too intense, because the challenge here now that it's strict is that you can blow up and they don't come back versus a kipping movement. Now, when it comes to the sandbag, you want to be efficient with your movement as well as over the log. So it still stays true. And then on the run, we said, break the band. Get yourself out ahead. Get yourself so far away from your competitors that they don't want to chase you in the second half of this event.
So James Sprag, Austin Hatfield, and Ty Jenkins on your screen right now, getting their pull-up bars ready. All 20 men, or all the men in the field, will be out for this event. So just one heat. Lane 1 will be empty. Jenkins and Hatfield will be in lanes 9 and 10. Of course, Jenkins going to be keeping an eye on Nick Matthew. And then your overall leader, James Sprag, will be in lane number 11. And then the crafty veteran guy we'll be watching here, Yonakoski, will be in lane 14.
I'm curious to see what Yonakoski does in this particular event. He's had a decent showing so far in the first day of competition. He's sitting in 7th overall, got a 6th and a 7th place finish, which are decent finish places when you think about a field of 20. That being said, the scoring system rewards the top 3 more than anything I've ever seen in a competition. So if he wants to make his way back up into the top 5 or podium potential, he's got to get a top 3 in this particular event.
Meanwhile, James Sprag is trying to now go 3 for 3 as he looks to defend his title here at 2026 Gymreapers Wodapalooza.
Lats to help with the pull.
26 strict pull-ups before they move to that 100-pound sandbag and perform 6 complexes of 1 clean and 2 squats. And Yonakoski in lane 14, first man to the bag.
So Yonakoski, it'll be a clean followed by 2 squats to count as 1 rep for the complex.
Koski threw his first rep. He is in 7th place overall coming into this event. only his second appearance here at Gymreapers Wodapalooza. Took 5th place in this competition in 2025. 10-time games athlete. Pat Vellner in the middle of your screen, getting to the sandbag as well. Sprag is there on the left side with his arm away from his side in the white shirt, going through his 2 squats. Nico Lilliorg in the pink shorts. Just about the entire field has closed out their set of 26 strict pull-ups.
120 pounds on the bag, maybe a little ish there too, because once the rain comes in, it starts to soak into the sand that is in that bag, and it significantly alters the weight.
Yeah, don't forget the fact that they're also wearing that 20-pound vest. Now after this, they lug that bag to the far end like Yonakoski's doing on the left side of your screen, and it's 15 sandbag burpees. So they have to burpee, throw the bag over the bar, and then follow the bag for 1 rep.
I still don't know how that string doesn't bother him inside of his face.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like, that would annoy me so much.
James Sprag and Austin Hatfield will be joining Koski on the burpees.
Now this is an opportunity for James Sprag to catch up to Yonakoski and maybe give him a bit of separation before they go back to the sandbag cleans one more time before they go out on that run. James handles the bag well. He's the tallest athlete in the field here at Gymreapers Wodapalooza, so navigating over the log is going to be 0 issue so far. In fact, the only issue for James could be the volume of the strict pull-ups, just because he's a longer-limbed athlete.
Nick Matthew, you saw him bringing his bag up to the log to start his set of sandbag burpees. He's in that battle with Ty Jenkins. Jenkins was in the middle of your screen in the light blue shorts. And Jenkins was there ahead of Matthew for that fight for 3rd place. As James Sprag is trying to gain ground on leader of the event right now, Yonakoski. After this, it's 6 more sandbag complexes and then out on that 1,200-meter-ish run.
And this is where that efficiency over intensity key comes into play. Watch James Sprag or Yonakoski and look at them just constantly moving and not wasting any time or any energy. It's not a fast movement. None of these movements are inherently fast movements. So intensity is only going to disrupt your ability to sustain a good pace, where Koski keeps his hands on the bag as he comes up off the ground. He stays low over the log. The feet come down, the hands come down, he goes right into the next rep. So it's just constant, steady movement from Yonakoski.
Judges' hands are in the air now for the final 5 reps. Koski is one of them. James Sprag is another. You saw Ilya Moskalenko. He's in the gray tank top working next to Koski. Koski in the middle of your screen in that backwards white hat. Pat Vellner going through his reps as well. There's Sprag. Next to him is Nick Matthew. And then on the left side of your screen in the light blue shorts, that's Ty Jenkins, who's trying to erase that 2-point deficit that he has right now to Nick Matthew for 3rd place overall. Final rep for Sprag. Koski's got 2 left, I believe, so Sprag has taken the lead.
This is what he needed to do. Get to the bag, get to the log, now start the squats. Austin Hatfield's only a couple seconds behind him. Now for James, he knows that as far as his ability on the run, he's probably the best in the field, maybe second to Yonakoski. So his job, as we said with our second key, is break the band on the run. Knock these squats out and just get out on the run as fast as you can, and then figure out how you feel once you're out there on the course.
The rain really starting to come down again here. You can see the moisture come up off the floor every time they drop that bag. It's Hatfield, Sprag, and Koski.
6 of these complexes, 1 clean, 2 squats equals 1 rep. 120 pounds on the back, 20 pounds on the vest. And James just, again, that consistent, non-stop pace. This is not unlike what we would see, and not to make a team reference, but when you ever watch Rich Froning and CrossFit Mayhem compete anything that had a worm or a sandbag, it was always just the slow, methodical, never-ending machine that maybe didn't start fast and didn't finish fast, but they just never stopped.
But Sprag is the first man out on the run. He already has 2 event wins under his belt, looking to now go 3 for 3.
Hatfield with
Now for James, this is the break the band portion that we're talking about. Our keys is that just get out, get ahead, get out of sight as quickly as you can, and just break anyone's motivation to come out and try to chase you down.
We're going to try to cover this run as best we can. Because of the weather, we've been using a drone to shoot the course. That may not be able to be up in the air right now, so we will do the best that we can to keep you updated on who's winning.
Hatfield has just cleared the field. Jonakoski is just behind him.
There's Max Krieg as well, sandwiched between the two of them. So we do have our drone, I think. We do, and there is James Sprag. Great work by the crew. Boy, they've been dealing with a lot of curveballs. So
rain and electricity,
yep.
Not a good combination. Yet this is still happening.
I was out there earlier watching the guy fly the drone, and a hawk tried to take it down. So now they're dealing with Mother Nature as well.
Wodapalooza.
He looked at me and said, "Did you see that?" I was like, "Yeah, does that happen often?" He goes, "No."
James doing the same thing we saw Andre Moises do, and that's stay in those tire tracks on the sand. It's a bit more packed. It's a little bit easier to run on that versus the loose sand in between.
But James Sprag has a great support system here. As Chase referenced earlier, his dad, Patrick, was on the rail holding his chalk, and Bella Martin is with the senior Sprag.
Pat, I see you've got a little bit of something in your hand. You're a father, but you're also a competitor. What's the dynamic look like for you and James come competition weekend?
What?
What's the dynamic like for you and James this weekend?
So I just told James I'll help him any way I can. It's just an honor and a privilege to see him here and doing this. And so on this workout, he's like, hold the chalk for me. I might need it on the strict pull-ups. So as soon as he's done with this run, I get to go back and hold on to the chalk, and if he needs it, I'm there.
You're VIP, you're MVP this weekend. Pat, something I've always loved, watching James over the last couple of years, you've been there every step of the way. His performance this weekend is impressive, but what are you most impressed with James year over year?
Honestly, his character. James is a fighter with a forgiving heart, and he's such a leader, and he's such a nice guy. He just loves people, and he's one of those guys that needs people around him. If there's any character defect, it's like if he's alone for more than an hour, he needs people. So, but it's a good character defect to have. He's such a loving kid.
He's the best. Well, I'm going to let you go back out there so that chalk doesn't get too wet. Pat, thank you so much.
Keep up the great work, Bella. You're doing great.
It's just a good family. If you don't talk to Pat Sprag and leave with a smile on your face, I don't know what's wrong with you. Just a good, positive dude.
It's been nice, and I love what James is doing right now. He's running down by the shoreline, and that is going to be the hardest packed down sand you can actually find out here on the beach. You can see his stride has opened up significantly, and so instead of trying to navigate, you'll see the difference is that watch how soft his feet get and how short his stride get. But when he can make his way down to the shoreline where that hard packed down sand is going to be, it allows him to open up his stride a bit more. And listen, a guy who's well over 6 feet tall, being able to lengthen your stride on a run is a massive advantage out here.
Well, James Sprag has a giant lead. I think Austin Hatfield was in second place. Couldn't quite make out who that was behind him. But Hatfield, if you can look on the upper left-hand part of your screen, may have separated himself from Koski and Krieg.
Hatfield is in second. It looks to me, because we're right actually at the turnaround point, Ty Jenkins has maybe moved up ahead of Jonakoski.
25-minute time cap here on this event, and James Sprag already has 2 event wins. And he's going to be a hard man to catch right now here in Event 3, Complex actually. First of 3 events that the elite individuals will face today before we crown our 2026 Gymreapers Wodapalooza champion later on this evening.
So James Sprag, I can see him now coming down the beach, trying to become Mr. Miami Beach.
This is his 4th time competing at this competition. First appearance was back in 2022. He took 15th overall. Followed that up with a 7th in 2024 and then won the whole thing in 2025. Now Sprag makes his way back up the beach, and he'll hang a left and work his way back through the sandbag complexes, the sandbag burpees, another set of sandbag complexes, and then 26 final strict pull-ups.
Now, James wasn't the first one off the pull-up rig. He came off at about second, tied with Austin Hatfield behind Yonakoski. But that
Hatfield, you mentioned it earlier today. I don't know if you can have a quiet second and a third in the first two events, but that's exactly what he did. Now he's looking to get another top 3 finish.
And that's in part not to Austin. That's no dig at him as far as not paying attention. It's what James did yesterday, which is not dissimilar. What he's doing right now is that James was dominating so much, we didn't even notice where second, third, fourth place finishers were getting.
There's Ty Jenkins now, who has made his way back in. Jenkins is in that battle with Nick Matthew for third place overall. Only 2 points separated the two of them, as Sprag is now on to the sandbag burpees. Pat Vellner is towards the front of the pack here as well.
Watch what James does when he goes over the log. No one else can or maybe wants to do this, as he stays upright and steps over the log. And what that allows him to do is to actually breathe easier between the reps. Most of the time you'll see athletes lay on their chest and roll over the log, and that completely cuts off their lung capacity. James is so tall that he can step over the rig, stay upright, and breathe freely in between reps.
Austin Hatfield has now wrapped up his first set of sandbag complexes along with Yonakoski. The two of them fighting for second place in this event. Ty Jenkins is close behind them.
And what that tells me is that Ty Jenkins and Yonakoski cut into Austin's lead by about 10 to 15 seconds on the clean complexes.
Ilya Moskalenko is next to Pat Vellner towards the bottom left-hand quadrant of the screen. He's in the gray. Now on the left side, his gray tank top is Ilya Moskalenko. He's had a solid competition so far as well.
Moskalenko, his best event has yet to come. And that'll be actually coming in the next event with the barbell complex and cow bike.
Fifth place overall is Ilya Moskalenko coming into this event. Approaching the 15-minute mark, 25-minute time cap in event 3, and it's James Sprag, your overall leader, who continues to lead now with 5 reps remaining on the sandbag burpees. Sprag on the left side, Austin Hatfield on the right, along with Ty Jenkins in the light blue shorts.
It's amazing to watch James navigate longer grinder events. He appears to just get stronger as the event goes down, especially in a grinded out event like this. We said at the top of the event with our keys, like this isn't an intensity type event, meaning speed, power, high intensity. This is just a grinder style intensity. It gets ugly early and it just kind of stays there, idling at suck. But James is one of those athletes that can just hold on to that and thrive in those positions.
Final rep for Sprag, and then he's going to tote that sandbag back to the other end of the floor, and he'll do 6 more complexes.
What I'm curious is at where is Ty, Yona, and Hatfield relative to each other, and how close are they to James? Because look, James still isn't out of the woods yet because of the strict pull-ups we have at the end.
Hand is in the air for Austin Hatfield. We saw that in the background, so he should be joining James Sprag soon here on the second and final set of sandbag complexes.
Jenkins 2 reps to go.
You got a hand in the air for Pat Vellner. I mean, there's a few guys now that are all lumped together here for second place.
Sprague, 4 more reps to go.
Sprag continuing to move well here as the rain is really coming down.
James Sprague over the field. Looks like Hatfield is up and over.
It's been hot the past couple of days. So we've gotten a break from the heat, but then it's got to deal with the rain.
Oh, wow. Ty Jenkins looks like he's moved into second now.
Sprague just a few reps to go on the sandbag before he can get to his final 30 strict.
And Ty Jenkins is there with Austin Hatfield.
But guess what? Everybody's getting rained on. Everybody's getting rained on.
Ooh, the rain is pouring.
This is like tropical storm rain that we're facing right now.
Hey Mike, this is what it's all about.
James Sprague on the rig. Now the benefit that he has is that he gets to put as much distance as he can, and he knows exactly where these athletes are going to be.
And now we have lost our monitor. So we're going to do our best to try to bring this to you because things are going haywire here. It's back on now. Meanwhile, James Sprague is still leading.
Hey, you know what? I can see his dad right on the right side, gripping that chalk if he needs it.
Yep,
Not that it's going to help any much right now.
You know why? Because that's what dads do.
That's right. That's right.
Now, this is the heaviest rain that we have seen all weekend. James Sprague trying to go 3 for 3 here as we have an intermittent picture. So bear with us.
So 25 minutes time after this one. No quit. That's what it's all about across there.
Yonikowski now is on the pull-up bar. He's doing multiple reps. There's James Sprague.
We have picture.
We have picture. Moskalenko is on his sandbag complex. He's on the bottom right-hand part of your screen.
Hey, what? You're going to want to get to that sandbag as soon as you can because it's getting heavier by the second.
Yeah. This is less than ideal.
Hey, man. Look, man, at the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing.
Yep. Now 4 reps remain for James Sprague. So Sprague is going to stay perfect in 2026. Won the opening 2 events and getting set to win complex actually. And at another 100 points, and he has a vice grip on the top spot in the overall standings. 3 for 3 for our defending champ.
And we got 5 minutes on the clock, 5 minutes.
Yonikowski, Austin Hatfield, and Ty Jenkins competing for 3rd place here. There is Jenkins in the light blue shorts. He's doing himself a huge favor in that battle with Nick Matthew, as Jenkins was only 2 points back of Matthew for 3rd place overall coming into this event. That's Max Krieg in the middle of your screen.
But it'll be Ty Jenkins. Oh, one more.
Jenkins has 1 more to go, and he's done. So Jenkins looking to wrap up a 2nd place finish. I think Hatfield got in as well. He's on the middle of your screen. So Hatfield, I think, oh, pardon me, that's Sprague again. So Jenkins does look like he wraps up a 2nd place finish. That's big for Ty. Now Hatfield is done.
Ty was in 4th place. And we said he was 2 points out of 3rd and Nick Matthews, so he's jumped ahead there. He was 18 points out of 2nd, which was Austin Hatfield.
Vellner looking to put up his best result of the competition. He's done. We are inside now 4 minutes, 3.5 to go before we hit the time cap. James Sprag picks up the win. Ty Jenkins unofficially finishes in second, and I think it's Hatfield finishing in third. I'm not sure where Koski slid in there, though. Luka Jukic and Max Krieg closing out their pull-ups. Jukic is done. And now Krieg is across. 3 minutes to go. Miko Liliorg is at the bottom of your screen on his sandbag complexes. There is Nick Matthew on the left side. Ilya Moskalenko with a no rep on the pull-ups. So Matthew is going to fall out of the top three because of the finish from Ty Jenkins. The rain has subsided a little bit, but it is still coming down very heavily here. Another no rep for Moskalenko. He's not getting his chin over the bar.
And that's tough. That's the deal with strict, is that you can't out-muscle muscle fatigue and muscle failure, although his pull-ups look significantly better once he got told to get a little bit higher.
Both of these guys in the top 5 coming into the event. Moskalenko was in 5th place. Matthew in 3rd. Less than 2 to go. We still have some athletes on the sandbag complex. Andron Primo is one of them. Moskalenko has that sorted out. Liliorg is onto the pull-ups. He's in the pink shorts. Zach Thomas in the pink, and pardon me, the white tank top.
2 more to go. One final rep for your man, Zach Thomas.
We approach the 24-minute mark, so now 1 minute to go as Zach Thomas is in.
That's wild.
We will sort this out after this. I know we had rain in Madison at times. I don't think it ever got to this point when we were actually doing an event.
Significant.
Take another no rep for Moskalenko. He's really putting in some extra work here on the pull-up bar. Now he's done. And Matthew is down to his final 2 reps.
That is a tough break for Nick Matthew. He's in 3rd coming into this.
Final reps for him, and he will make it in with some time to spare. Not sure if anyone else is close to finishing. There's a judge's hand in the air for Miko Liliorg, but he's going to run out of time unless he's going to rattle off a set of 3, which he might be able to do here. That's a good pace for him. Comes off the bar. There's Bedone, I think. And he is done. And that's going to do it for this rain-soaked event. Didn't seem to bother James Sprag, who picks up his 3rd event win. Koski was out early, but then Sprag put the hammer down, and once he got out on the run, no one was catching that guy.
Yeah, right off the bat, when you think about the strict pull-ups that we started with, is that James had that hand-over-hand position, but wasn't actually the most efficient pulling position he could be in, and Koski pulled away early until we got to the sandbag cleans over the log, and that's when James made his move. And once he got out of that run, you could just watch James navigate his way out onto this run course, running down by the packed sand to open up the lead even more. And then by the time he got to the bag, it seemed like he only got faster. A lot of times you'll see athletes maintain their ability, and hey, listen, that's a photo you want to take into the Rolodex.
James Sprag, 3 events, 300 points, picks up his 3rd win and looking to go back-to-back here and defend his championship from 2025 at Gymreapers Wodapalooza. Well, whatever schedule you're looking at, go ahead and throw that in the garbage, because rain is going to play a factor here in how we proceed with the rest of the day. We will try to keep you updated throughout the day when the next event is going to start. But stay with us, everybody, because there are 2 events remaining for the elite individuals as U.S. Border Patrol's coverage of 2026 Gymreapers Wodapalooza continues on day 2.